a lot has changed, and I'm going to start from the beginning. I came out here yesterday to film the video of what I've done, like the next step, and I stuffed up with the Rode mics. I had it on stereo, so it only records, when I got one mic on, it only records out one side. So I tried to find my mic yesterday, couldn't find it, so I realised, shit, I must have left it out here. Drove back out here today. As I was driving back out here today, there was a guy coming along the road on a little scooter. He goes, "Oh, is this four-wheel drive?" I said, "Oh yeah, kinda." "What's the matter?" He goes, "We're stuck in our Navara down one of the tracks and we've nosed into a bog hole and it got stuck." I said, "Yeah, I'll go." I said, "I haven't got the winch hooked up because I've still got to wire that up. That's another job to do." And I said, "If you've got a snatch strap or something, I'll give you a yank back." So yeah, snatch Joey, tied it out, yanked him back. He got out pretty easy. And then driving back out that track, I thought, oh, I'll just drive through this puddle. It literally looked like a puddle. But when I went in, the water went over the bonnet. And I come back up out the other side and it started running like crap. I sucked in water because I've put a snorkel on halfway. I haven't plumbed it in. So I sucked in all this water. So I went straight through the paper filter. Yeah, I ripped it all out and I hadn't got too much in there. And I managed to get it started running. It blew out all the water and stuff. So yeah, it's running fine now, but the car got its first baptism by mud and it was very unplanned. So car wash next. But yeah, I'll go over what I've done now. Like, yeah, all the external mods and different, I've done a few things to the interior, and yeah, I'm gonna go over that now. I'll run you through it. So I'm just going to use the GoPro mic because I don't trust the Rode ones yet. They got run over and I have to test them, make sure they will work properly. But anyway, big one straight away is the wheels. So they're a 33 sort of, like they're a 285 70 17, which is 30. It's 32.7, but everyone seems to call them a 33, so we'll just call them a 33. Now the rims are 17/9 and they're beadlock rims. Yes, beadlock rims, take it the legal side, whatever, bloody blah blah. Anyway, we're ignoring all that. Now they are made by Black Rock. So they're 5-stud, they're -12 offset. So they still stick out quite far. They stick out a little bit past the flares at the front. Bit of poke, but oh well. Next big one, flares. So they're off Everest, Ford Everest. They're 2-piece flares. So in the rear you actually got to cut, like you can't fit these flares in wheels because the wheels travel right up into the guards, so you have to cut a lot, and I wanted a 2-piece this time. So there you go, where the Territory one used to be way down here, I've cut, welded it and sealed it all back up, so it's all nice and solid still. And yeah, it's 2-piece, so there's heaps of room. Still got to drop the blade arms as well. It's another job that'll move the wheel back a little bit, but so far that's not too big an issue. Moving on from that, I've done the silver door handles. Thank you DJ for sending them. So DJS Auto Parts, check them out. He sent me door handles, nuts, bolts, all this sort of stuff for this car as I've been going through and I haven't had it. Just give him a ring, he sends it out straight away, no questions. And yeah, he's great. So anyone that needs anything, hit him up because he'll have everything you need, and if he doesn't, he'll probably be able to get it for you or whatever, and he's a wealth of knowledge. Moving on from that, this rear swing away. So this is one off the SX. I always had planned to put it on this one, and the one on the SX I was going to incorporate a tow ball because I always got to have one that tows. So it's the same rear swing away I've had on that. Still got to get a matching rear tyre. I've got the King's 180-degree awning. I had that set up a few times now. I had it at Lakeside Drags the other day and set it up, and it was a great bit of shelter. Come around the front, so yeah, snorkel half installed. Now it's a D22 Navara bull bar. Now I've cut the sides a little just to give it a bit better of a approach angle and so forth. It's got a custom bash plate under there, so I made my own bash plate. Now with the winch, so it's just a King's winch, but you pretty much got to rebuild the whole front end, and the winch is right up high this time, so I tried to get it up as high as I could. Cut a big hole in the front of the bull bar so I can get into my free spool. The indicators and stuff I kept this time and they work, so that's a bonus. Got a roof rack off Chinon. It's just a plain old tray roof rack, but that'll come in handy to put the swags and stuff on it. Now see, I told you it doesn't sound like much work, but that was a lot of work. Like, there's a lot of cutting, welding involved, like trimming the bar. This time, because I wanted to lift it up higher, it was sort of make it up again, and in behind the front wheels. So I might turn the car on and I'll put the camera on a tripod and I'll show you. You actually got to cut and plate, like all behind here, like you got to cut it all out, because this is what bigger thing people go, oh, if I lift my Territory, what size wheels can I fit? You could lift your Territory until you go like 20 inches, you can't really fit any bigger wheels, because it's not, the problem is not this way, it's this way. So between the front and behind the front wheel well, that's your issue, you're limited that way. So unless you're going to remove the plastic inner fenders and hammer the seam flat, you can get slightly bigger wheels then. If you hit it with a bigger hammer, you'll get slightly bigger wheels again. If you cut it all out and weld in a whole new 3mm plate and all that sort of stuff, you can get big wheels. But that's a lot of work and a lot of commitment. And of course, yeah, you got to trim all the other fenders. There's no plastic fenders in there. I got to tuck the wiring up. Yeah, all that sort of gets done. So that's, there's a lot more work than you think. Inside the car, I'm somewhat regretting this one right now, but I done a bit of the black interior. I haven't done the dash, didn't have time, and so I put the XR seats in from the other one. Sorry Daniel, you get the crappy leather ones in the Essex with a Cape York trip. It's got a rip shifter, and I got the throttle controller. I got some cool little grab handles up here, you probably won't see them because of the GoPro light. Yeah, it's starting to get dark again, but anyway, so interior's, yeah, pretty plain. I've still got to get a CV. Might just be handheld for this trip for now. Yeah, the suspension video, well, that's the last video I've done, so if you want to see the suspension side of it, look at that one. And yeah, so it's been a lot of work. There's still so many things to do. Like I said, hook the snorkel up. I'm going to say that over and over now that I've almost killed the car. Almost killed the car 2 weeks out from Cape. But yeah, I'm going to take it to the car wash now. Upset the car wash guy because he doesn't like muddy cars. And that will sum up this video. Like I say, the next videos will be, I got one installing the King's awning. If people want to see that, that'll come out soon. And then after that, I still got the 410 diffs one to do. And yeah, then it'll be Cape York videos. So look forward to, I know everyone's looking forward to that. And so am I. I'm looking forward to not having to stress anymore and just enjoying the trip. So anyway, that ends that. Cars, it looks like a beast. It's yeah, I'm quite happy with it. It looks very different when you put it next to the old SX, so I will do that at some point and get some comparisons.